Hello there everybody, this is Gaz here from EnglishWithGaz.com, bringing you another video to help you improve speaking English. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you about the difference between must and have to. Now, this is a very common topic that my students love to ask me about. So before we go any further, I'm going to tell you one thing. This is a simple overview that will help you make the correct choice most of the time. But like all English grammar points, there are many more exceptions. So, with that said, let's now look at a simple way to remember whether you should say must or whether you should say have to. First thing we have to understand is that both must and have to are obligations. So an obligation is something that we have to... Wait a minute. An obligation is something that we must do. Is it something we have to do? Or is it something we must do? Straight away, I can see the problem that anybody has learning English. The word obligation itself isn't clear. Is it an internal obligation or an external obligation? That is the question that you have to ask yourself to decide whether we say must or whether we say have to. Let me explain by giving you a few examples. Must. I must quit smoking. It's terrible for my health. I don't smoke. Second example. I must feed my children, or they'll die and I will go to prison. Let's move on to have to. Compare the examples here. I have to take the pills the doctor gave me. Or, I have to wear this uniform to work because my boss said so. Let's go back now and consider where the obligation comes from. In the first examples I gave you, I must quit smoking because it's terrible for my health, and I must feed my children because they'll die and I'll go to prison. So both of these examples are an internal obligation. It's my choice. It's important to me. I must do these things for me. I don't want to be unhealthy, so I must quit smoking. I definitely don't want my children to be ill, and I definitely don't want to go to prison, so I must feed my children or those bad things will happen. That's my internal obligation to do those things. With have to, I told you, I have to take these pills that the doctor gave me, the doctor prescribed me. And I have to wear a uniform to work because my boss said I have to. These are external obligations. They are coming from other people. Other people are telling me what I have to do. I have to take these pills. I have to wear this uniform. So we can see by looking at these two examples that choosing must or have to depends on whether the obligation is internal or external. Now, most of the time, if you use this rule to decide which word to say, you will be correct and you will have no problem with must and have to. So, the next time you're worrying about whether to say must or have to, ask yourself, is it an internal obligation or an external obligation? And it's really that simple. There's one more thing I'd like to share with you before we go, and that is that laws and rules, most of the time, we use must. For example, you must take your passport to the airport to get on the aeroplane. Or you must not, the negative, you must not smoke outside the hospital. These are laws and rules set by the government. So in that case, whenever we're talking about a law or a rule, generally it's going to be an external obligation. So it's an immediate contradiction to what I just explained to you. So remember, you choose must or have to based on whether it's an internal or external obligation. However, the exception you must remember is that for laws and rules, we say must. I hope that's clear. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would encourage you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel or check me out on VK, Facebook or Twitter by searching English with Gaz. I am also an online English teacher and I've been doing this for quite a long time. So if you would like to let me help you improve speaking English and help you gain the confidence that you need to speak English, then please visit my website for more information, which is englishwithgaz, G-A-Z, englishwithgaz.com. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, all the best. Bye for now.